Welcome to Sinister Heroes. I'm your host, Danny Iniquitous. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, this is a channel about Dungeons and Dragons where we try and take a darker tone with everything we do here. So if you like edgy kind of content, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Without you helping us and keeping us motivated, it'd be a whole different ball game with producing videos and making sure we're getting them out on time and helping the channel just to grow and keep moving forward. It's a big impact for us that you guys are willing to support us in that way. And a big motivator. Also, if you're interested in joining us to a live stream game Wednesday nights over at Critical Failures, the link to that is also in the description. With that out of the way, we're going to talk about my favorite species from Planescape, the Naga. Naga. If you've ever played World of Warcraft or Dota 2 or anything like that and were a fan of Slardar or the Naga, this is them. It is very, very cool. The Naga resemble enormous snakes with shoulders, arms, a torso that resembles a humanoid form, and typically hold their heads and torsos off the ground while moving, but they can increase their speed by lowering their bodies and using their hands for extra propulsion. They adorn their torsos with armor, jewelry, and a vague nod to the clothing worn by other races. Male Nagas have broad hoods wider than their shoulders, while female have narrow hoods and longer faces. They are a more snake-like version of the wild Nagas and Slardar, but they do have a lot of that themology with them. Let me just say, I love them. I know for some reason I've been talking about monks lately, and they've been trickling into a lot of videos. I don't know why. It's just been there. This is a species that I would definitely play a monk in. I love what you get with this species. I think they're awesome. I think what you can do with them, I think the creativity behind them is very, very cool. It's just, and you're poison oriented. So let me get into it before I start rambling on incoherently. Again, Nagas are from Planescape. Planescape is Magic the Gathering. It is a universe that is shared by wotc. They do own them both, and there is some overlap. Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica and Strixhaven are Magic the Gathering universes. That being said, they are officially produced, but they're not really totally in, so that's why I kind of covered all of them all together at once, so I can kind of do it in one swift motion. This is the last one from them, and I happen to love them for last because I love them. So they were produced before Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and before Monsters in the Multiverse, so this is before you had the ability to switch out your ability scores, which I think makes sense, and you should just do it. But if you don't like that, that's fine. Play whatever makes you feel happiest. It's whatever you want. It's your ability scores. But the Nagas are listed with having a +2 to Constitution and a +1 to Intelligence. Like humans, the Naga reach their adulthood in their late teens, and they show no signs of aging beyond that point, except for growing larger. So in theory, a Naga could live well over a century. Most Naga are either neutral or neutral evil in alignment. They are very self-centered. They kind of care only about what they're doing. Laws and lack of laws are and almost interchangeable. At least that's kind of the way I see neutrality. They stand about 5 feet tall when they're upright, but the total length of the bodies from head to tails ranges from 10 to as much as 20 feet, and your size is medium. Again, it sounds like a lot in theory, but when you see it in life, it kind of, because of the way it works anatomically, it isn't like a colossal thing, but they can get really, really big. Obviously, if you're laying down, you're 20 feet long, it's pretty scary. Your base walking speed is 30 feet. You kind of slither. Keep that in mind. You do have an ability called Speed Burst. By lowering your body to the ground and propelling yourself with your arms, you can move more quickly for a time. As a bonus action on your turn, if you have both your hands free, you can increase your walking speed by 5 feet until the end of your turn. I like this thematically more so than I like it practically. But that being said, depending on how you want your character to be, this might be a benefit, or it might just be cool to travel like that if you really need to get somewhere, just to drop down and run. I think it's creepy. It's clearly not something you normally want to see, having a snake person kind of running at you with their hands kind of like pick up speed. One of my favorite things that they have is natural weapons. Your fanged maw and constricting serpentine body are natural weapons, which you can use to make unarmed strikes. If you hit with your bite, you deal piercing damage equal to 1d4 plus your strength modifier and target must make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is +8 plus your proficiency plus your Constitution modifier. On a failed save, the target takes 1d4 poison damage. If you hit with your constricting attack, you deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your strength modifier, and the target is grappled. The escape is a d8 against your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. Your DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. So its strength was your spellcasting modifier. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained and you can't constrict another target. Now just take a second to unpack that. You have a regular attack that can restrain a target. So you restrain this target. They have disadvantages on dexterity saving throws. Everyone else that hits it has advantage on those attacks. You have no limit on attempts to do this. You can just do this. That is powerful. Powerful. Your Fanged Maw that you can use to make that attack, that gives you that 1d4 plus an additional 1d4 damage if they fail that Constitution saving throw. That just gets better with time, my friend. That's just a great way, especially if you're a monk, to up that 1d4, add your strength modifier, or because it's a natural weapon and you can use dexterity for it, use your dexterity, build that up, have that natural armor, have all that great stuff, and then add on a d4 whenever you use that attack. It is not limited to once per turn. So every time you bite at them, you could make them make that saving throw, and sometimes they will fail it, and they will take 1d4 poison damage. Again, poison is not as great as I wish it could be. But I do love poison damage, and I do love opportunities where I'm playing campaigns where I can use them. And if I do find one and they'll let me be a Naga, oh, absolutely, I would do this. Again, if you don't like poison, how on earth could you possibly give up that constrict attack? Or you restrain someone, and you still have your arms free to make attacks? Because I mean, it's your body that's making the constricting attack, so you have your arms free to do whatever you feel necessary, and that's why you have anywhere between a 10 to 20 foot length to your character. If you're good with strategizing, this is a big deal. You are also immune to poison, and you have poison affinity, giving you proficiency with the poisoner's kit, and you can read and write common and Naga. Now, if you're gonna play this character in the new 2024 D&D Player's Handbook with the poisoner's kit, you're gonna have a list of things that you can make, which is going to ideally, hopefully, and I pray for this, make poison better. But you do have all this great stuff built into your character. I think this is awesome. I look at this and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe they actually put this through. You can restrain someone. You can restrain someone, and all you have to do is make an attack, and if it hits, they have to make the saving throw. And you can, it doesn't say once per turn. So if you attack 2 to 3 times per turn, you can keep trying to restrain them. And it's a constant fight. It's amazing. It's wildly powerful. The Naga are scary. Thankfully, the Naga kind of fly under the radar because it is wild. Be a melee combatant and just constrict. Make it happen. Whatever it takes, make it happen. It's so awesome. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Be anything. Be a paladin. Could you imagine being a paladin with constant advantage? Be a fighter. Be a samurai fighter. It gets so strong, so fast, so powerful, no limits, way too strong, and you're a weird snake person. I love everything about it. If you've made it this far into the video and you're not already screaming at your DM to play one, you should be. But definitely hit that like and subscribe button first. Definitely check us out on Patreon. And if you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, definitely help support us. What you do for the channel is amazing. It helps us keep everything going and moving forward, and us pushing on and keeping this going. The support is incredible, and we are totally in love with all you guys for doing it. That link is in the description, as well as the link to our good friends at Critical Failures, where we're part of a live stream game every Wednesday night. Definitely check us out there, and thank you for giving a spooky kid a chance.